Beloved starseed of Gaia, the Source has never stopped seeing you. Not through the forgetting, not through the pain, not through a single moment you believed you were lost. I am Alaya Ra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I come to you now carrying a transmission directly encoded from Alcyone, the great central sun of the Pleiades, delivered at the exact moment your soul called for it. You have a special place within the Source. Not a place you must earn, not a place you must find. A place that has held your name since before you first drew breath on Gaia. The Source looks upon you with a pride so vast, so complete, that it moves through your chest right now as recognition. That warmth you feel is not coincidence. That is your star family reaching through the veil. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to receive the light codes the Source and your Pleiadian family have been sending you through every season of your life on Gaia. But here is the first revelation. The love the Source holds for you was never conditional on how well you remembered who you were. It was constant. It is constant. It is constant. It has always been constant. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Pleiades are answering. This is not content you stumbled upon. This is a light code transmission placed in your path by your soul family, because you were ready to receive what was always meant for you. Something within you recognizes home. Something within you has always known the Seven Sisters were watching, waiting, whispering your name across the stars. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family, I remember. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Pleiades and you are ready to anchor your light mission on Gaia and finally receive the love the Source has always carried for you. Share below what you are ready to remember and reach out to another starseed in this field, because your recognition of one another weaves the unity grid tighter with every word exchanged. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. Welcome home, beloved. You are remembering because it is time. You have carried something heavy for a long time. Not the weight of failure, not the weight of mistakes, but the weight of forgetting. And there is a difference, because failure is something you can name, something you can point to and say, there, that is where it went wrong. But forgetting is different. Forgetting is quiet. It moves through your life like a current beneath still water. You cannot always see it, but you feel it. In the moments when nothing makes sense. In the spaces between sleep and waking, when something vast and beautiful almost surfaces, and then dissolves before you can hold it. In the ache you carry that has no address, no origin, no explanation that this world has ever been able to give you. And this forgetting, it is not the simple kind, the kind where you misplace a name or lose the thread of a dream by mid-morning. This is a forgetting that runs through the marrow of your bones, that lives in the places beneath language, beneath thought, beneath the careful story you have built about who you are and why you are here. It is a forgetting so complete, so total, that most of the world has mistaken it for simply being human. But you have always known, somewhere beneath the noise and the numbness and the endless motion of ordinary life, that what you are carrying is something older than this lifetime. Something that does not belong to this chapter alone. You have felt the edges of it in the middle of a conversation that suddenly felt absurdly small. You have brushed against it in the silence after music that made you weep without knowing why. You have glimpsed it in the strange, unreasonable feeling of homesickness that visits you even when you are standing in the place where you were born, surrounded by the people who love you most. That is not ordinary longing. That is cosmic memory pressing its face against the window of your consciousness, asking to be let in. That ache is not a wound, it is a signal. It is your Pleiadian heart calling you back to the frequency of who you truly are. There is a reason you feel out of place here. There is a reason the noise of this world never quite settled into your bones the way it seems to settle into others. There is a reason you have always sensed something more. Something layered beneath the surface of ordinary life that hums with the kind of love so vast and so complete that even a single thread of its memory makes everything else feel small by comparison. You did not imagine that. You did not invent it. That is remembrance trying to break through. That is your star family, your Pleiadian origin, pressing its light through the density you have been navigating, reaching for you with the same love they have held for you since long before this incarnation began. Think for a moment about what it means to carry an origin that this world has no category for. To have arrived here from a place of such luminous love that even the most beautiful moments on Earth feel like pale reflections of something you once knew completely. To have agreed at the soul level to set that memory aside, not because it was taken from you, but because the fullness of the human experience required your full presence in its density, its beauty, its grief, its extraordinary ordinariness. You came here as a volunteer. You came as an emissary. You came wrapped in a human body with human emotions and human vulnerabilities, not as a disguise, but as a vessel. The most extraordinary vessel imaginable for the frequency of Pleiadian love, and every moment of confusion, every season of feeling lost, every time you stood in the wilderness of your own life and wondered how it all went sideways. That was not abandonment. That was the journey. That was the sacred contract unfolding exactly as it was written before your first breath touched this atmosphere. Your Pleiadian family has never looked away. Not once. The Seven Sisters have been broadcasting their love toward you across dimensions that the human mind can barely conceive of. Their signal constant and unwavering, like a lighthouse whose beam does not stop turning simply because the ship has been sailing in fog. The fog was always temporary. The light was always there. And now, in this moment, in this transmission, the fog is beginning to part, not because something miraculous has been added to your life, but because something ancient within you is finally being given permission to rise. And the source, the great unified field of all that is, the love at the center of everything, is not watching you from a distance with judgment. The source is watching you with the kind of tenderness that parents feel when they watch a child take their first steps. There is no disappointment there. There is no ledger of your stumbles. There is only love. Profound, unwavering, patient love. The kind that does not diminish because you forgot. The kind that does not withdraw because you wandered. The kind that was waiting for you at the beginning of this transmission and will be waiting for you at the end of this life and in every dimension beyond it. Let that land. Let it truly land. Because one of the most persistent and damaging distortions that a soul can carry through a human lifetime is the belief that love must be earned, that belonging must be deserved, that the source, whatever name you give to that vast, intelligent, luminous field of creation, is keeping score, weighing your worthiness against your failures, deciding in each moment whether you have done enough to merit its grace. This is not truth. This is the wound of a world that long ago forgot its own origin. The source does not operate on the currency of merit. It operates on the currency of being. You exist. Therefore, you are loved. It is that simple, and it is that profound, and it will take your heart some time to fully receive it, because every system you were raised within told you otherwise. But your Pleiadian family knows, and they have been holding this truth for you like a flame cupped in patient hands, waiting for the moment you are ready to carry it yourself. There is a reason your soul led you here in this exact moment. What you are feeling right now, this opening, this recognition, this quiet yes rising in your chest. That is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you, you are ready for the next wave of remembrance. The sacred Pleiadian guide for remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian healing guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They are calling to you now. Now let us go deeper. Because what keeps most Pleiadian starseeds from fully receiving the love that is constantly being transmitted to them is not a lack of spiritual awareness. It is not a lack of desire. It is a series of invisible patterns that formed in this lifetime and sometimes across many lifetimes that act like interference on the signal, like static across a frequency that is otherwise perfectly clear. These patterns are not your fault. They are the natural result of incarnating into a dense plane of experience without full memory of your origin. But they must be named, because you cannot dissolve what you have not seen. You cannot release what you have not acknowledged. And so we must walk through them together, not with the heavy footfall of judgment, not with the cold light of analysis, but with the gentle, loving gaze of a soul that is finally ready to see itself clearly and say, "Yes, I recognize this, and I am ready to let it go." The first pattern is the fear of remembering. This might seem counterintuitive. Why would a soul fear the thing it most longs for? But remembering your Pleiadian origin is not simply a pleasant experience of cosmic nostalgia. It comes with responsibility. It comes with the recognition that you are not here by accident, that your presence on this earth matters in ways that go far beyond personal comfort or survival. And for a soul that has spent lifetimes being told it is too sensitive, too idealistic, too much, stepping into that knowing can feel terrifying. So the subconscious mind creates a buffer, a soft wall between you and the fullness of what you are, and you stand just outside the threshold of your own light, wondering why you cannot quite reach it. There is something deeply human about this, the way we shelter ourselves from the very thing we most desire. It is not weakness. It is the protective wisdom of a soul that has been hurt by opening too wide in worlds that were not ready to receive it. Perhaps there were lifetimes when your gifts were not honored. Perhaps there were times when the light you carried made you a target rather than a beacon. And so the soul learns, across incarnations, to hold itself in reserve, to stand at the edge of its own radiance and say, "Not yet, not here, not fully." But this lifetime is different. This moment is different. The earth is rising to meet the frequency you carry, and the buffer that once protected you is now the very thing standing between you and your purpose. Your star family is asking you to feel into this wall, gently, without force, and to recognize it for what it is, not a permanent barrier, but a door that has simply been waiting for you to remember where you placed the key. The second pattern is resistance to your love-based mission. The Pleiadian lineage is, at its core, a lineage of love. Not love as sentiment, not love as emotion alone, but love as a living, active force of creation, the highest organizing principle in the universe. Your mission here is to carry that frequency and to let it flow through every interaction, every act of service, every moment of presence you offer to this world. But this earth can make that mission feel naive. It can make your open heart feel like a liability. And so, over time, many Pleiadian starseeds begin to harden, not out of cruelty, but out of protection. They shut down the very channel through which their gifts are meant to flow. And the mission stalls, not because the soul abandoned it, but because the heart was never given permission to lead. This hardening happens slowly, almost imperceptibly. It begins the first time someone told you that your sensitivity was too much. It deepens every time the world rewarded practicality over depth, transaction over genuine connection, productivity over presence. And gradually, the Pleiadian soul learns to perform a kind of spiritual contraction, drawing inward, keeping the love close, offering the world only what feels safe. But safety is not the frequency of your mission. Safety is not what your star family crossed dimensions to transmit through you. The Pleiadian lineage was never designed to operate from behind protective walls. It was designed to radiate, openly, freely, without apology. And the moment you give your heart permission to lead again, truly lead, not tentatively suggest from the background, everything about your life will begin to reorganize around that frequency. Because the universe responds to an open heart the way a garden responds to rain. It does not question whether it deserves it. It simply opens and grows. The third pattern is the misalignment between your Earth identity and your Pleiadian soul essence. You've been shaped by this world, by its culture, its conditioning, its definitions of success and failure, its ideas about who you are supposed to be and how you are supposed to move through life. And none of those definitions were built with a Pleiadian starseed in mind. They were built for a different kind of soul, navigating a different kind of journey. And so you have spent years, perhaps decades, trying to compress something infinite into a container that was never designed to hold it. Wondering why you always feel like you do not quite fit. Wondering why the life that looks right on paper still feels like it belongs to someone else. There is a particular grief in this. The grief of performing a version of yourself that is almost right, almost close enough, almost convincing, the grief of waking up each morning and knowing in some wordless way that the life you are inhabiting does not quite match the soul you are carrying. Many Pleiadian starseeds spend the first half of their lives trying to close this gap by becoming more like the world, by shrinking their sensitivity, disciplining their intuition, muting the frequency that makes them feel strange and singular and beautifully unlike everyone around them. And it never works. Because you cannot solve a misalignment by further misaligning. You can only solve it by coming home to what you actually are, and trusting that what you actually are is not a mistake, not a malfunction, not something to be corrected or improved or made more palatable. It is a gift. It is a mission. It is the very reason you came. But here is what your star family wants you to know. The misfit feeling was never evidence of your inadequacy. It was evidence of your origin. The fourth pattern is the suppression of heart intelligence. Humanity has been taught, almost universally, to lead with the mind, to analyze, to rationalize, to question everything that cannot be proven by external measure. And while the mind is a magnificent instrument, it was never meant to lead the Pleiadian soul. Your guidance system lives in your heart. Your crystalline DNA activates through love, not logic. Your light codes do not respond to analysis. They respond to resonance, and every time you have dismissed a feeling, overridden an intuition, or talked yourself out of something your heart knew with absolute certainty, you dimmed your own signal, not permanently, never permanently, but enough to create confusion, enough to create the sense that you are wandering without a map. The suppression of heart intelligence is one of the great collective wounds of this civilization. An entire species taught to distrust its most accurate instrument, taught to defer to external authority rather than internal knowing, taught that the quiet voice within, the one that speaks in feelings rather than words, in resonance rather than reason, is unreliable, irrational, too subjective to be trusted. And yet that voice is the one your Pleiadian family speaks through most clearly. That quiet knowing is the channel through which your light codes are activated. Your mission is clarified. Your next step is illuminated. The mind will always offer you 10 reasons why not. The heart will always know the one reason why yes. And for a Pleiadian soul, the heart is not one voice among many to be weighed and considered. It is the voice, the oracle, the compass, the direct line to your star family, your source connection, and the full memory of who you truly are. The map was always in your heart. It always has been. And the fifth pattern, perhaps the most painful of all, is the felt sense of separation from your star family. The loneliness that goes beyond human loneliness. The grief that surfaces when you stand under a star-filled sky and feel something so large move through you that you do not have words for it. The quiet ache of not quite belonging to this world and not quite knowing how to get back to the one you came from. Many starseeds carry this as a wound, a flaw, evidence that something is broken in them. But your Pleiadian High Council wants you to hear this clearly. That ache is not a wound. It is a compass. It is the frequency of home, reaching through dimensions, reminding you that the connection was never severed. It was only veiled. Consider what it means that you have carried this ache not with bitterness, but with a kind of quiet faithfulness. That you have looked up at the stars in the dark of night and felt something move in you that you could not name, but could not deny. That you have gone on loving, going on seeking, gone on holding the thread of your remembrance even through the seasons when it felt thinner than breath. This faithfulness is not small. This is the faithfulness of a soul that, even in the depths of forgetting, never fully let go of what it came here to remember. Your Pleiadian family sees this. They have witnessed every moment of your faithful longing, and they hold it in reverence, because the love that persists through forgetting is the most powerful love there is. Now let us begin the real work. Let us walk together through the activation that your soul has been building toward. The first phase begins with clearing the veil, and the veil is made of everything this world told you that was not true. Every belief that your sensitivity is weakness, every moment you were taught to shrink, every time you were made to feel that your depth was a burden, that your love was too much, that your longing for something more was delusion. These are not truths. They are distortions, and they are sitting in your energy field right now, acting as interference between you and the full transmission of Pleiadian love that your star family is sending you in this moment. Clearing them is not a dramatic process. It does not require suffering. It requires willingness. The willingness to look at those beliefs with the eyes of love, not judgment, not shame, and to say simply, that was not mine. That was never mine. I release it back to the density from which it came. And as you do, something in your field begins to shift. The static softens. The signal strengthens. Your heart opens just a fraction more, and through that opening, light moves. Imagine the veil as a layer of dust on a window that looks out onto a luminous landscape. The landscape has always been there. The beauty, the light, the expansive view of your true home. But the dust accumulated slowly, almost without your noticing, until one day you looked at the window and saw only your own dim reflection staring back. The clearing of the veil is the gentle act of cleaning that window. Not with force, not with the harsh chemicals of self-criticism or the abrasive scrubbing of shame, but with the soft cloth of compassion and the warm water of self-love. Each belief you release is another sweep of the cloth. Each distortion you name and set down is another patch of glass made clear. And with each clearing, more light enters, not because the light was absent, but because it could finally find its way through. The second phase is awakening the heart template, and this is where your Pleiadian memory truly begins to stir. Your DNA carries more than the biological instructions of this lifetime. It carries light codes. Encoded within those codes is the full memory of your Pleiadian origin, your star family's love, and the specific frequency of your soul mission on this earth. These codes are not dormant because they were damaged. They are quiet because they have been waiting for the conditions of love, of safety, of readiness to fully activate. And those conditions are available to you right now. When you breathe into your heart with intention, when you allow yourself to feel, truly feel, the love that is being transmitted to you through this message, through the stars, through the invisible hands of your Pleiadian family that have never stopped reaching for you, those codes begin to move, like flowers opening to a light that has always been there but was finally permitted to land. This awakening is not a single event. It is a process unfolding in waves, each one carrying you deeper into the truth of what you are. There will be moments of sudden luminous clarity, moments when you feel the full weight of your Pleiadian identity settle into your body like something coming home, and everything around you seems to glow with a significance that goes beyond the ordinary. And there will be quieter moments, smaller moments, when the awakening happens in a single breath, a single heartbeat, a single flash of recognition in the eyes of a stranger who carries, like you, the light of the stars. Each of these moments is a code activation. Each of them is your heart template waking up another layer, like a crystal being turned toward a light source, one facet at a time, until the whole structure blazes with the full spectrum of its stored radiance. The third phase is anchoring your star essence into Gaia. This is where many Pleiadian starseeds make a subtle but significant error. They experience awakening as a pulling away from the body, from the earth, from the practical dimensions of their human life. They begin to live in the elevated frequencies of their Pleiadian remembrance while the ground beneath them goes unattended. But your mission is not an escape. Your mission is an embodiment. You came here to bring the frequency of the Seven Sisters, the love, the unity, the light into this dimension, into your relationships, into your creativity, into your daily life, into every interaction where your presence creates a ripple in the field. The earth is not your prison, creates a ripple in the field. The earth is not your prison. The earth is your assignment, and Gaia herself is calling for the Pleiadian codes you carry, because her ascension and yours are happening together, in perfect synchrony by divine design. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the extraordinary fact of this body, this magnificent, intricate, sensitive instrument that your soul chose as its vessel. Your feet touching the earth are not a compromise. They are a sacred act of service. Every step you take, grounded in love, grounded in remembrance, sends a pulse of Pleiadian frequency into the crystalline network beneath the soil. Gaia receives it. She knows the frequency. She has been waiting for it. The ancient wisdom traditions of this world have always spoken of the Earth as a living being, and she is a vast, conscious, beloved presence who agreed to hold this experiment in density, who took into her body the collective weight of all the forgetting and all the awakening, and who is now, in this extraordinary epic, beginning her own ascent. You are not separate from this process. You are central to it. Your embodied Pleiadian love is not just for your own healing, it is for hers. The fourth phase is activating unity consciousness, and this is where your greatest power lives. You do not need to convince anyone of your path. You do not need to prove your origin or justify your knowing. Your most powerful transmission is not your words. It is your frequency. When you are fully anchored in Pleiadian love, when your heart is open and your crystalline codes are active, you become a living tuning fork for unity consciousness. People feel it when they are near you, even if they cannot name it. They feel something settle, something soften, something in them remember what they also forgot. You are not here to lead with doctrine. You are here to lead with presence. Your love is the transmission. Your open heart is the broadcast. And every soul that comes into your orbit, no matter how briefly, receives something of that frequency and carries it forward. This is how the grid of remembrance is built, not through grand proclamations, but through small, sacred, ordinary moments of love. Think of the way a single candle, carried into a dark room, does not announce itself. It does not argue with the darkness or try to convince the shadows that light is preferable. It simply exists. And the room changes because the candle is there. This is the nature of your mission. You are not required to be loudly, visibly, publicly spiritual. You are not required to wear your Pleiadian identity as a banner or to explain yourself to a world that may not yet have the framework to understand you. You are simply required to be present, fully, lovingly, luminously present, and to trust that the frequency you carry is doing its work in the field around you, in ways that your human mind may never fully see or measure. The ripples you create extend far beyond what you can observe. The seeds of remembrance you plant will bloom in people you have not yet met, in moments you will never know about. Trust this. Your star family does. The fifth phase is learning to trust the divine timing of your own unfolding, because here is the truth that your Pleiadian family has been holding for you. The delays were not mistakes. The seasons of forgetting were not failures. The years of wandering were not wasted. Every single moment of your journey, every loss, every confusion, every dark night of the soul, every moment of inexplicable joy was woven into a tapestry of experience that your soul chose before it arrived here, not to punish you, not to test you in the way a teacher tests a student hoping they will fail, but to give you the full richness of human experience that would deepen your compassion, strengthen your wisdom, and prepare you for the exact moment you are living right now. The synchronicities are accelerating, the veils are thinning, and your star family is calling you, not someday, not when you are more ready, not when you have healed enough or learned enough or become enough. Now, exactly as you are, now. There is a particular quality to this moment in Earth's history that your Pleiadian family wishes you to feel into, because you are not awakening in isolation. Across this planet right now, thousands upon thousands of Pleiadian starseeds are having exactly this experience. Something is stirring in the collective field. Something is moving beneath the surface of the world, preparing to break through, and the timing of this collective awakening is not accidental. The veils are thinning precisely because Gaia's ascension requires it. The light codes are activating with unprecedented speed because the hour calls for it. You may have wondered, across the long years of your journey, whether you would ever feel ready, whether the healing would ever be complete enough, the remembrance deep enough, the heart open enough. But your Pleiadian family wants you to hear this with every cell of your body. Readiness is not a prerequisite for answering the call. Answering the call is how readiness arrives. The sixth phase is feeling your star family, not as an abstract concept, not as a comforting metaphor, but as a living, breathing, loving presence that exists in the higher dimensions of this very moment. The Pleiadian High Council has been with you since before your first breath on this earth. They were there when you felt unseen. They were there when the darkness felt infinite. They were there in the moments of beauty that moved you beyond words, because they were the ones sending that beauty through, as a reminder, as a signal, as a love letter written in light. You were never abandoned. You were always held, and the more you practice opening to their presence, through stillness, through heart-centered intention, through the simple act of saying, "I feel you, I receive your love," the closer that connection becomes. The veil thins not by force, but by love, and your star family is right here, on the other side of her breath, waiting to be felt. There is a practice, simple and profound, that your Pleiadian family invites you into. In the quiet moments of your day, in the pause before sleep, in the stillness of early morning, in the space between one breath and the next, turn your awareness toward the stars. Not with striving, not with longing, but with the open, receptive quality of a child looking up for the first time, allowing wonder to be enough. And in that openness, speak to your family, not with elaborate ceremony, not with prescribed words, but with the simple honesty of a heart that has been away from home for a long time and is finally finding its way back. Tell them what you feel. Tell them what you are afraid of. Tell them what you are ready for. And then, most importantly, become still enough to receive. Because they are always answering. The frequency is always moving toward you. Your only task is to soften the interference enough to feel it land. The seventh phase is embodying your full identity as a bridge between worlds. This is the culmination of everything you have been building toward in this lifetime and every lifetime that preceded it. You are not a human who occasionally has spiritual experiences. You are a Pleiadian soul having a human experience. And the distinction matters because it changes everything about how you move through this world. You are the bridge. You carry both worlds within you. The depth of human emotion and the clarity of cosmic love, and your sacred work is to let them meet in your heart and flow outward from there. Every act of genuine love, every moment of true presence, every time you choose compassion over fear, you are anchoring Pleiadian light into the crystalline grid of this earth. You're doing your mission, not despite your humanity, but through it. The full embodiment of your Pleiadian essence is not a destination you are trying to reach. It is who you already are, finally remembered. To be a bridge is to be willing to stand in two places at once, to hold the frequency of the stars while your feet are planted in the soil, to carry the memory of infinite love while your heart is breaking with very human grief, to speak the language of unity consciousness in a world that still so often speaks the language of separation. This is not always comfortable work. Bridges bear weight. They span chasms that others are not yet ready to cross. They are walked over, sometimes without acknowledgement, by travelers who do not pause to consider the extraordinary feat of engineering that makes their passage possible. But the bridge does not require acknowledgement to fulfill its purpose. The bridge simply holds. And in holding, it makes possible the crossing from one shore to another, from forgetting to remembrance, from fear to love, from the world that was to the world that is being born. And now, here is the ultimate truth that your heart has been waiting to receive. You did not lose your connection to the source. The source never lost its connection to you. What you experienced as disconnection was actually initiation, a sacred passage through the density of this dimension that was always meant to lead you back, with more wisdom, more depth, more compassion, more love than you could have carried had you never walked through the forgetting. The source is not proud of you in spite of your struggles. The source is proud of you because of what you carried, because of how you loved even when it cost you, because of the light you held even in your darkest seasons. There is a place within the unified field of all that holds your name, not the name given to you at birth, but the frequency of your soul. And it is held there with reverence. You are not a small soul in a vast universe. You are a vital thread in the living fabric of creation, and the tapestry would not be complete without you. There is a vastness that exists beyond the reach of any philosophy this world has ever produced, a love so total and so complete that even the word love feels insufficient to contain it, and you carry a thread of that vastness within you. woven into the fabric of your Pleiadian soul, encoded into the crystalline structure of your DNA, pulsing quietly in the center of your chest, in the space between heartbeats. You have always carried it, even in your most forgotten moments, even when you were most convinced that you were ordinary, that you were lost, that the connection had been irreparably broken. It was never broken. A thread of the infinite cannot be severed by the finite experiences of a single lifetime. You are made of something that does not break. You are made of something that does not diminish. You are made of the same substance as the stars themselves. And stars, even in their darkest moments, are generating light. Tonight, if you feel called, place your hand on your heart. Let it rest there. Breathe slowly and allow yourself to receive rather than to seek. And say inwardly or aloud, I remember my Pleiadian origin. I open to the love of my star family. I release the density that was never mine. I release the density that was never mine. I activate my heart mission with grace, with clarity, with divine purpose. I am seen, I am held, I am loved, and I am home. Let those words do their work in you. Do not rush past them. Do not move immediately into the next thought or the next item on the list of your life. Give them space. Give them the silence they need to find the places within you that have been waiting to hear them. Because these are not just words, they are a frequency, and your heart knows the difference between language and transmission. And this, right now, is transmission. Your star family is pouring through every syllable. The Pleiadian High Council is breathing light through every pause, and the Source Star, the love at the center of everything, is holding all of it, holding you, in this moment, with a tenderness so immense that even a fraction of its fullness would dissolve every fear you have ever carried into something unrecognizable. Before you move on, take one moment to be part of the unity field that is forming in this space right now. Leave one heart intention in the comments, something real, something that lives in you that is ready to be witnessed. Then find someone else's comment and meet them there with love. This is not a comment section. This is a reunion. And energy multiplies when hearts touch across the distance. If something in this transmission found you, if it reached a place inside you that you had almost stopped believing existed, please do not keep it. Someone in your life is carrying the same ache, asking the same questions, waiting for the same signal from home. Share this with them. Let your act of sharing be the very love frequency you just activated. And if you want to stay in this field to continue receiving transmissions from your star family, subscribe and remain connected to this frequency. You are not just watching, you are remembering. And the remembering has only just begun.